My God. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Holy
Hello.
cow. Hey, everybody. How are you?
I'll do the picture real quick. Usually we post a picture before we go live, and I just hit live and then realized I didn't do it.
Hey,
so
you know what? Today we are improvising. We're moving and grooving today.
We are. I got back last night from Los Angeles.
Yes. Dookie was here. We didn't do enough. We didn't like.
We should have done more. We just like hung out.
I know.
I have one picture. I have two pictures of us together, and it's the one that I took on the Santa Monica Pier, like right after you picked me up from the airport. I was like, "Hey, I'm with my friend," and like showed it to my family and my girlfriend. And then the one that the motive person I think took of us of our team, like Nugget Squad, and like posted it on her story.
Oh, that wasn't my management. That was that was from the other management. But
someone else's management. Okay.
Yeah, someone else's management took a picture of us on our team, and that was it. That's all we got together. I mean, we did a full tournament together. Smile for the photo there.
That was fun.
We did a full tournament together. That was a blast. That's why he was here. For those wondering, that's why Slim Dookie was in Los Angeles, was because Brandon Cohen, Grant Hild, and Desmond Clancy put together a creator basketball tournament that I think went really well. I think the whole event was really cool. Everyone seemed like they had a really good time. The hoops were good. Dookie and I's team made it to the finals and unfortunately lost.
Wait, should we spoil? Should we spoil?
Oh, that's okay. Nobody was even in here. Take that out. Take that out for post.
I'll bleep it. I'll bleep it. Yeah. I will bleep it in post. Remind me. Actually, no, I'll remember.
Yeah, we gotta make a mark and remember to take that out.
Yep. Okay, I'll mark it. I'll mark it here anyways.
Thickums, don't tell anybody what you heard. It's okay. It's only my friend that was in here. It's only Thickums that was in here. Thickums said, how many people did really go dunk on this weekend? The better question is, how many did I not dunk on?
I have to say, like you told me, like, you know, like, hey, I'm a pretty good basketball player, you know, and I expected you to be solid. There was a little bit where you were fucking hooping, where you were like they would go under a screen and you're just like, okay, get in the paint, play off two. I said this, and you know, it's not lip service because I said it to you a few times, like with no one around either. I was like, there was a few times where I set a screen and I rolled hard, and like, you know, when I'm rolling, I'm sealing, and if I don't get the ball right away off the roll, I'm usually like just trying to seal my guy, and I'm looking up toward the rim because I'm like, I'm going to get good position for a box if it goes up. And then the ball was just in front of my face, and I had to just catch it right here and go. I'm like, damn. There's like a few times I was like, that was a very, very good pass. So shout out Connor, true point guard.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I got a lot of Chris Paul comparisons from everybody that tournament. I was getting a lot of Chris Paul, which I did say was low-key kind of my player comp when I'm cooking, when I'm on.
Yeah, you're on, dude.
Dookie also played very well. Dookie had a couple like big blocks. We were playing well together the entire tournament. We had a nice 2-man game going whenever we got a chance.
We really did. That was, and dude, like. I was like, oh man, I really didn't create for myself that much. And then I like thought about it. I was like, well, the two people that were guarding me were Falbo, who was 6'6" and moved like a gazelle.
Yeah, you had the toughest matchups.
And then the Division I kid that went to fucking Bryant was guarding me too.
Yeah, Dookie had some tough covers. You'll have to go check out. You'll have to go check out the video when it comes out. But we kept sticking to him on the best guys. Nobody else could guard anybody.
Well, and to be fair, we did put Manny on the other biggin, but regardless,
that's true.
I hope
that is true.
They need to do like the moment from the seeding games. Like, hey, like I think we got, because I'm pretty sure we were mic'd for that conversation.
I know. I hope
put Manny.
Yeah,
because that changed everything.
We made some adjustments that were good coaching adjustments.
Almost like I was a coach for a while.
It's almost like you're a coach. It's almost like you're a ball knower. We do. It was a really fun tournament, but really fun weekend, man. Dookie and I had a blast. We had a ton of good food. I took Dookie on the Willie Goat food experience up in the valley in LA.
I was skeptical of like Connor's like, oh yeah, dude, there's so much good food here, whatever. I'm like, yeah, sure. Like there's good food everywhere, man. Everything that entered my mouth was phenomenal. It was very, very good. And it got to the point where I was just like, man, order for me. You know what's good here. I was just sub, and Connor was my dominatrix, my dommy mommy, just being like, this is what you're going to eat and you're going to like it.
And I was right.
I think the only decision I made all weekend was choosing which ice cream flavor I wanted.
Yes, we went to Salt and Straw, and you did get to pick. You picked the Ooey Gooey brownie and the salted malted, what is it? Salted malted
cookie dough,
something like that. I forget
which was better than
chocolate
the brownie,
salted malted, whatever.
It was better than the other one that I got, and you were like, I would have just gotten that one. I was like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're just right. Connor's very passionate about dining experiences.
I am.
For anyone who doesn't know, like this guy was like looking at the what was that place? Bakari menu.
Yeah,
like he was
actually
Andy
pronounced Bakari, but
dude, who's
sorry,
calling it that?
I don't know. Go ahead,
he looked like Andy Reid with a call sheet in front of him. And he was ideating out loud, just like, well, we could go here, and then do this too. But like, we got to think about order two. So maybe we do this first, and then we wait a little bit. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's just in the pocket, just making reads.
I am in my bag at that place. I know that place well, and I know how to make it good there. And I was like, all right, here's the starters. Here's what we got to do for starters. Here's what we got to do for main dishes. I got you that watermelon drink.
Yeah,
I was like,
it was
you're getting one of these. You're getting one of these.
It was the most feminine drink I've ever had. It was non-alcoholic, and it was delicious.
And
you're right. It was the perfect palate cleanser. It was so like carbonated that, and the watermelon, like it completely wiped it out. Like, okay, I'm ready for the next thing.
It's called I forget what they call it. California something or other. I don't know. I always forget what they call it, but it's like a watermelon juice almost. It's like a watermelon lime, and they stick a whole slice of watermelon on the rim, and they put some tahini on there, and it's just it's like a lightly sweet soda type of thing, but it's not a soda. You know what I mean? And so it's just this place Bakari, whatever. It's like small plates, so you do a lot of like you do a lot of share plate stuff, So you got to map it out. You got to come in there with a game plan and know how to build your experience so that you're not having a redundant meal, right? And you always want to try some new stuff. You want to sprinkle in one or two new plates to try some stuff. So I went in there. I did my thing, man. I did
have one contribution there. Well, I had one contribution. The mac and cheese was fire.
We've never tried the mac and cheese, and Dookie said, "Hey, I would love to try the mac and cheese," and I said, "You got it," and it was good.
And mac and cheese, anything on that, like once I had a few things, because I was just like, oh, like I bet a mac and cheese from a place like this would be good. But once I had a few things, I'm like, anything that looks simple on this menu is going to be doctored up.
They probably do it really well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's one of those places. It's not even like, I mean, it's an LA priced place. Like it's not cheap, but it isn't fine.
It wasn't crazy.
Dining.
No, it wasn't
crazy fine
either.
dining prices, but it is a pretty solid experience in terms of like some pretty interesting flavors and stuff on there that you wouldn't get at just like a regular restaurant. I don't know. I like that place. Shout out Bakari.
We had a lot of good. It that, dude.
I know.
The owners call it that. The people that work there don't even call it that.
Yeah. But we had a great dining experience, and then we had quite the battle in the video game department. We played 2K, FIFA, lots of Smash, a lot of Smash, and then quite a bit of Switch golf.
Yes, that was fun.
And
the funniest part of the whole weekend to me was you had to go do that shoot for cuts on Friday. And I was I got to do some work anyways, but I just like did the bare minimum of what I needed to do while I was there. And then I was like, time to just play so much Switch golf. And I just sent Connor a picture of me and like course record, like 3 under or something. And it's like, I eagle chipped in on 18 to get the course record. I was so fired up.
So sick. I was at a shoot from like 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. doing this like commercial thing for cuts. And
I was just hanging out at his house.
So I had to just leave Nick alone at my house. Well, my girlfriend was there, but they were both just like working. And I was just getting texts periodically through the day, like, yeah, me and Nick just talked for a couple hours, just kicking it. And then at one point, my girlfriend was like, all right, well, I got to go do some work. so Dookie was just like, all right, and just doloed some Switch golf and set the course record.
Yeah,
so I just got a picture. Fun. I just got a picture of my like me character, whatever they're called on the Switch. It's just like Course record -2, and I was like, awesome, man. Sounds good. Be home in an hour. It was so sick.
I felt like I was like your unemployed boyfriend, and you were like out like bringing home the bacon. I'm like, look at what I did today.
Right.
But my favorite part of Connor's house is his master bathroom.
Yeah.
Which I have dubbed the infinity bathroom because every
yeah.
single wall in that bathroom is a mirror.
It's like jarring. It's jarring.
You shower just looking at your naked body in front of you.
And you get angles of your naked body that you never thought you'd get.
Like the best. I was like, the last day I showered there, I was like, I wonder what I look like from,
dude, you have to.
It was not like that. It was not pleasant
all the time. No, it's never.
It did not look good.
It's every time you catch a new angle of your naked body in that bathroom, you go, thank God people don't see me this way. Thank God this is a thing that I only get in this bathroom. It is too much mirror. It's like, like when you're in a dressing room and you look, there's like mirrors on either side and you just see like infinite of yourself. And like as a kid, you were like trying to catch one of your reflections off to see if it was real.
No, you don't have to try.
Dude, that bathroom is truly, it's like 10 times that. It's fucking insane.
It is nuts.
Also, we did just kind of gloss over how raw I am at Smash.
Yeah, no, I'll give you your flowers. So, anyone that really plays Smash and is going to beat up on like a casual has had a moment where you say like, yeah, I'm good at Smash. And
I'm pretty good at Smash.
And they're like, I'm pretty good at Smash too. And then like most of the time, if you're actually good, you just fucking wipe the floor with people. And they're like, whoa, you're like new. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Game. And I did that to Connor. Test. Yes. I was like, I'm pretty good too. And he's like, I'm pretty good. And then we played. And for the most part, he like spread open my cheeks and just went like this.
Does that mean I'm winning or losing?
It means you're in control.
Okay.
That's what that means.
Okay.
But also, Connor plays fucking.
No, don't start.
What characters?
He
plays characters with like 19 moves because they have a fucking menu that you hop in and just like beep, 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 and then he gets a move that makes me fall asleep anytime. And then if I'm over 80%, he does a full charge smash attack and I'm dead. It is so lame.
Don't start.
So
it's
incredibly lame.
It's not lame. You just don't know how to beat it, and that's it. That's a skill issue. No, listen. Thickham said Connor's Ganondorf is a scary sight to see. Yeah,
dude, it was. And I never really. I feel like I never got in my groove with Ganon again because honestly, like the last time I played it was a while ago, but I was more so on the K. Rool Zelda train.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, my Zelda's good, but your Dark Pit Zelda's just completely washes Zelda.
My Dark Pit, and this is not me trying to be conceited. I have yet to find somebody that can hold my Dark Pit, man. I welcome all challengers to try to hold this Dark Pit. I'm confident. I'm confident in my Dark Pit ability. I think I'm going to test to how many hours I've put into that game. I have truly no life to that game though. I've got to be like top 5% in the world.
You could probably get a lot of what do they call it? Like it's like there's like an MMR number for Smash Online. If you played online, you could probably climb pretty high.
Yeah, I think I could get into some decent ranges. Yeah.
If we play with my buddy, I think we'll have good runs. He's a little bit. My buddy's like a little bit better than me. He only plays like 3 characters like really well.
Yeah.
And one of them is Pikachu, and I hate playing against Pikachu. But
yeah. I have my Ganondorf is pretty nice. My Dark Pit, those are my main 2. But I also have a pretty nasty Pokemon trainer, actually.
Yeah, your Pokemon trainer was good. The Squirtle.
And then every once in a while, I like to whip out my Sephiroth or my hero, and those are the wins that I know are a little bit rage baity, and Dookie
you just
fired
abuse the hell out of Sephiroth's side B. The shit that just puts these things around you, and then you just have to like guess when you have to shield.
Snap those little purple balls around people, and then he was very upset. He hadn't played against a lot of like the characters that
the
had been
DLC
added.
guys. I'm like just don't really play against them.
He was very upset people I did play with
don't have it either.
Right. He was very upset that Hero had a drop down menu that I could pick from 4 different attacks with a down B drop down menu, and I kept hitting him with the snooze.
sleep. Yes.
You do one of the drop downs is a snooze, and it sends this ball of like a rotating ball that like rolls down the map, and it just if it touches you, go to sleep for like a solid like 5 seconds.
It goes across the screen in an instant.
It goes pretty quick.
It's like 5 frames you have to just try to jump or shield this, or else you're fucked.
When you go to sleep,
Like
I
I
just
said,
get to walk up and just swing one. And Dookie was getting pretty fired up.
Yeah.
With the experience of playing against my hero. But hey,
it was so fun. Like it was like I was hanging out with someone I have known for years and years.
Totally.
Like it's truly what it felt. And it made when you can just be like fuck you, like you're a bitch, and your friend is just giggling on the couch over like next to you. I'm just like, yeah, this is good. This is good.
We were losing games, and he was just doing when you drop the controller kind of hard on the table, like that. You like right when you hear that last like in the freeze frame for like the smash freeze frame as you're about to get knocked out, and you feel like game, and you just hear like the controller just crash down on a table, and he's like, it's so stupid. You have that just immediately yelling, and I'm dying, bro. I'm dying every time. It's so
giggling
funny.
in because I had the corded GameCube controller and he was playing with a Pro one for the Switch.
Well,
and he's like on the other side of it. Well, I think that's what it's called, right?
You said that like I had an advantage.
No, it's not an advantage. I think it's called like the Pro controller, right?
Okay. Well, I thought the Pro controller is a separate thing that you buy. I thought there was a separate thing that you have to buy. I was playing with what comes with the Switch.
Oh, with the Joy-Cons. Okay, yeah, that's right. You had the Joy-Cons like slotted into a thing.
That clicks into thing. It's not the Pro controller.
Connor had
a
professional controller with preloaded combos mapped into a button.
You tried to.
I thought you were playing with the Pro controller.
Old wired GameCube controller.
I prefer that.
At a disadvantage.
I prefer that over anything else. Yeah. The GameCube controller is the best controller ever made in gaming history. But
it is.
But either way, controller. I was just like sitting closer, and I just look back, and he's just like knees up on the couch, fucking giggling, bro.
Nick is leaned forward in a chair that he brought into the room, just locked in, and I was
kind of just like lean controller on the chest, like hand in the fucking chip bag for half the game too.
Crying laughing.
I did.
Bro.
To be fair, I beat you a few times.
You had my number a couple times. There was a couple characters. What was it called?
Squad Strike. Squad Strike was fun.
You got me a couple times. Yeah.
Just because you do like have to like guess the matchups a little bit.
Yeah.
But once you found out like just ways to beat the Zelda, either just not giving me space, because Zelda was the one that I felt like gave you a little trouble. And then Villager too.
Zelda and Villager I just haven't seen a lot of. I hadn't played against him a lot. So I didn't have the pacing of the timing of the distancing down. But once I kind of got it a little bit, it was easier. But you had my number for a stretch there. And I think you did beat me in Switch Golf. No, we went back and forth in Switch Golf.
We did go back and forth.
We had a couple.
I think I won the first one and you won the second one.
Yeah.
I shot myself in the foot a few times, but that was fun. That was really fun. We played 2K.
It was good hanks, man.
We did Blacktop, where we made rules like, okay, you get one like 95 or lower, or like 195 or up or something like that, and then like you get 292s and 85 and then an 80 or something like that.
We made the team so it wasn't just like all 99 overall players. Like you had to have some amount of planning, and that was fun. Blacktop is so I love it's underrated. Such a slept on gaming experience to like with your buddy in the same room at 2K Blacktop. Like the in the same room gaming experience is so slept on. It's so fun.
It is very different.
It's so fun still. I love it so much.
One thing we didn't do is like doing a franchise when you're in the same room as your buddy is very fun too.
Oh, we should have done something like that. We'll have to do that next time.
The last night we were like I said, bro, I might be coming out sooner rather than later. Truly.
Yeah, we had Who's Next and Dr. Locks were the commentators for the Internet All-Stars basketball tournament. So we have like a broadcast team, which I'm so excited to see. We couldn't hear them much throughout the games because we were out there playing and they were kind of like removed for sound. They had to be like kind of back far away from the court so that the mics weren't picking up like all of the audio from the game. So I couldn't really hear them the whole game, but they are so funny. And every time I did hear them, they were cracking me up.
Yeah,
And
the first game I ran the scoreboard, and so I was sitting close to them, and they were like, I was trying not to laugh too loud. Like
so
one,
funny.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but like someone like took a shot and airball that I just hear Gavin McHugh go, "Should have clubbed up."
Should have clubbed up is hilarious on an airball.
Legendary.
It's so good.
A few times, I would be bringing the ball up when we were playing, and I just hear Who's Next Sports being like, "Don't you dare pass that ball, Dookie. Hey, Dookie, don't pass that ball, man. We've seen enough passing out of you today." But yeah, I was genuinely surprised to like, he was like, that was one of the guys that he just knew who I was. He was like, "Oh my gosh, it's Dookie." So Gavin, you don't know Dookie, man? Like, oh, this is so Dookie, man, live in person, in the flesh. I was like, hell yeah, dude. I'm fired up to meet you too. Let's go.
Incredible. That was good stuff, dude. It was really fun. So yeah, so Dookie might be coming back out, man. He got a soft invite back from the fellas to come back to LA. So he'll have more he'll have more reason to be in LA other than just me, unfortunately. So I won't get my full share of him. But the next time
there'll be plenty to go around.
We'll have to set up a franchise early and then run it like the whole weekend that you're here.
Yes. I'm so
dude, my girlfriend's cat has started doing this thing where she's starting to like play with the wires under my desk. And it's
got to nip that in the bud.
I know. I got to knock this off early because the last thing I need is this whole podcast comes crashing down because my girlfriend's cat rips out a cord.
If you don't have a spray bottle, just get a cup of water and then dip your fingers and flick.
Oh, I could never. My girlfriend would kill me.
A spray bottle? You're not hitting the cat.
Never. No, dude.
Is she in the chat still?
I don't know. There's no. If you think I could spray bottle my girlfriend's cats, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
That's like very normal. That's the only way you can discipline a cat.
We don't discipline. We don't discipline in this house.
And guess what? And that's why the kids run the house.
We do gentle parenting in this house. Yeah.
So why do you think you should be allowed to play with the wires? Right. Merlin.
It's actually Mila. It's Mila. That's been
I didn't
digging
see
into
Mila
the
the whole time. Merlin would just
she was
like mean mug me from a distance.
No, they run things around here, and it's okay. It is what it is. Yeah. I love them dearly.
Well, hey, it was a great trip.
It was.
LA was cool.
Stuff, man.
It was also everyone that Connor's like friends with over there, like whether they're big creators or not, everyone was just like the coolest guy.
Yeah. I got a cool crew out here. You honestly didn't even meet a lot of the people too. Like a lot of them were at that game, to be fair, but yeah, dude, I got a great group out here. It's been fun, man. It's been fun living out here and getting to kind of build a bunch of new like friendships and stuff. It's interesting. It's interesting having like not later life, but you know what I mean? Like post college new friendships is an interesting experience.
It's very fun. Like rare.
Yeah.
To come across people, they're like, wow, this is a really cool guy. I really like hanging out with him after college.
Fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of college.
Wow. Nice.
Come on, man. I'm the king of the I'm the king of the segue.
You're the transition. You're the training king. Transitioning.
I'm the training king. I'm literally
people are saying.
I'm the king of transitioning.
Yes.
Many are saying. Yes.
Done it a lot.
We are officially in the Final Four of the March Madness tournament. We have UConn, Illinois, Arizona, and Michigan. What?
I'm sorry, dude. I just peeked at our show notes.
What?
The saddest show notes ever.
There's 4 things on there.
And one of them there's just 3, and one of them is just a name.
It's just a guy's name. It's a sleeper I have. It's a sleeper I have in the NFL draft, and I wanted to remember it when I wrote it down. You know what's funny? I meant to write the other guy down. I'm going to have to look him up. I forgot. I forgot his name. He's a running back. Hold on.
Oh, I don't know why that just got me so bad.
But hey, we finally had. I'll be honest. I don't know that. I got to say it. I don't know that this was like the most exciting March Madness ever. Like it wasn't like super awesome like moments in every round. Now that's not a bad or good thing. It just felt like it was a lot of like, the better teams were winning games.
It was very chalky. I might disagree.
Yeah.
And say that like there were super awesome moments, but they were like a lot in the round of 32. Not a ton of like, we didn't really have Cinderella, but a lot of games went to the wire. Like Texas in the first round went to the wire. Like even against their play-in game went to the wire. Like you had High Point 2 early on, and then like Nebraska Vanderbilt was an awesome game, but it's just like it was a 4-5 matchup, you know. So not a lot of crazy upsets, but what happens when you don't have crazy upsets is you get the best teams in the Sweet 16,
which is also a good thing.
Yes, and those were great games too. And you know, unfortunately, we didn't get to witness Duke UConn live.
Yeah, we were.
But I saw it right after. We were in the middle of a game. Yeah. But I loved the most Duke thing ever was the radio. Have you heard the radio call of the Duke broadcaster?
No.
Dude, it's the most Duke thing ever. So I kind of just want to play it for you. I bet I could find it on Twitter in like 2 seconds.
Play it for me.
Let me see. Duke. It was just like your classic Duke guy being like, but like they did this. Listen to this.
Needs to get rid of it. Does for Caden. 7 seconds. Trying to throw it ahead. Deflected. Stolen by Connecticut. 2 seconds. It's Mullins up top for the win. Oh, he hit it. With 3/10 of a second to go. Malachi Smith ran off the bench. That should be a technical. With 3/10 of a second to go.
Are you kidding me?
Complaining that something should be a technical? Yeah.
After you got gamed?
Hilarious.
And also, the funniest thing, Malachi Smith, I think his guy said, he was already in the game. He was already in the game. He didn't run off the bench.
Also, just the dejected, like, oh, he hit it.
Oh, he hit it.
It fell so fast. It pulls up. Oh, he hit it.
That is, I realize it's a local radio broadcast for Duke fans, but you still have to have it's an unwritten rule of broadcasting that you have to have a little excitement. Like, oh my gosh, he knocked it down from 50 feet.
Right.
Oh, he hit it. And then he ran off the bench. It should be a technical. He was more excited about calling out the fact that something should be a technical.
Right.
And then the game winner. And it was bad broadcasting. I get it's a Duke thing, but very, very Duke of being like, we got gamed and essentially being like, well, we're going to sue you. It was pretty much what he did by being like, that's technical, actually. Like, I'm going to sue you because you beat
actually, me. Technically,
yes,
shut up,
that was exactly what that was.
You got game. You lost a bad game.
Other fantastic thing from that moment, did you see what Danny Hurley did to the ref afterwards?
No.
Oh, no. I'm going to do the thing where I hold my phone up to the camera.
That's fine
because it's worth it. Bro.
I heard something about it. I haven't had a chance to like go back over that game and see what happened there. But I heard he did something that was like borderline, could have gotten thrown out. No,
he should have gotten teed up for it. Watch this.
Really? Whoa!
Just like forehead to forehead, like. Mean mug the ref.
The ref is crazy.
that was right after the shot.
Holy shit. He's an animal, dude. That guy's a psychopath.
He's a psycho. Dude.
Yeah.
Danny Hurley is a psychopath, and I love it.
Yeah,
I love it, dude.
You have to love
it. He is he's just like Coach Wallace. They're very similar. Yeah. Wallace has definitely mellowed out a little bit from when we first, but like, that's the kind of thing, like, Coach Wallace, and I won't say exactly what he said, but he got thrown out of a game after a bad charge call because he like just let out a slew of expletives, like at a coach, took off his jacket and started running at the ref, and like 3 assistants were holding him back. I'll say it. I don't think he'll care too much. And also, there's 100 people that are here. He called him a cocksucking motherfucker, and he said, "I'm gonna fucking kill you," and was running at him bright red. And when we asked him about it, he said, I don't remember anything. He said, I don't remember what happened.
That's like straight out of Semi-Pro.
No, literally. He said, you cocksucking motherfucker, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Suck my cock, I'll murder your family. And then
literally
he goes, what did I say? And the ref, who's also a pastor, goes, you said S my C.
People just can't go flying through the air like that, Jackie. That's a great line. Corn dogs, Jackie. Corn dogs for all these people. Damn it, Vakitis, learn fucking English.
Lick me sexy. All right, that's enough. That's enough quoting semi-pro for the episode.
I think Nameless James was our Vakitis, even though he wasn't a big.
Yes.
Nameless James was I. By the way, anyone who like we had all-time vibes.
We had the all-time likable team. We had one sub. We were all tired immediately 10 minutes into the first game.
We were so gassed. Kev, grill guy, just like dude. Essentially his left leg was a stilt balancing on a marble. Like that's what connected his thigh to his shin. His knee was just non-existent.
Or his knee, yeah.
But he still balled out.
Balled out and was just being so fucking funny.
He's such a funny dude.
He's so funny, man.
I was surprised at how funny he was in person.
Yeah. No, he had so many good bits throughout the entire tournament that were like killing everybody. He had like the whole shit. It was the whole thing was great. But anyway, I thought it was interesting. It's been interesting, I should say. It's been interesting seeing people sort of change their tune on Boozer after this Duke loss. And this is something that I was saying for a while. I mean, you remember me talking about this, like going into this tournament. I was like, look, I don't think that Boozer's a bad player. Like, I think he's going to be useful in the NBA to some capacity. I just don't know that he could ever be like the best player or second best player on an NBA roster. I just don't know that he has that capability at all. And it just seems like people are really high on him as like a top 3 pick to be like, could be a franchise guy. And I just don't know that I see that. But that doesn't mean he's a bad basketball player. And I think he'll be an elite role player someday. But
I think he's going to be an elite role player right away.
And
I think that's what he is.
I wouldn't fight you on that.
I do think that's like his ceiling. I could see him scoring 20 points a game one day in the NBA. Not right away. I think right away he's more of like a 12 to 14, 10 boards like 5 or 6 times. And that's like, you're really, really happy with that out of a rookie. And I don't think he's a franchise changer. I do think he's a team elevator in a sense that
I like that.
You can plug him in a lot of different spots, and he's going to be useful for a lot of these rebuilding teams that are like, we already have our franchise guy. We just need to get better people around. Like
we need a multi-purpose. We need a multi-purpose player that can fill in.
If I'm the Jazz, do you want DeBonsa? You know, like and of course, I think if he's there, you take him. But if you're, I shouldn't say if you want DeBonsa, like he's the type of talent. The top 2 guys are the type of talent. Like if he's there, you take him and you figure everything else out afterwards. But like you have Lauri Markkanen and Ace Bailey that you want to get a lot of touches. Okay, I would not be upset with Cam Boozer coming in at the 3 or the 4 and like
being sort of a point forward.
And even not like needing to run things through him, but you do have like a secondary point guard minded decision maker out there.
Being a glue guy that he's drafted passer. Highly. Yes, he's drafted highly, but it's not for the purpose of like, you're going to be our guy. It's you're going to be one of the best role guys. You know what I mean? Like that. And I don't think it's a bad, I don't think it's a bad pick to take him high because I think he has the ability to be like a really special, player to have on a team. I just think a lot of his game right now is I'm going to go bully 19-year-olds down low because I'm bigger and stronger. And I think
that's just what they tell him to do too. I think he can do more, but it's like, look at the matchup.
Yeah. I think there's going to be he's going to have to, I'll put it this way. He's going to have to understand that going into the NBA right away, he won't be able to do a lot of the things he was able to do in college, which most players have to understand. But a guy who's like a 3-level scorer like Debonsa, you're still, I mean, he's not a great 3-point scorer, but you know what I mean? Like a guy who's supposed to be a 3-level scorer at some point, or even Peterson, who is definitely a 3-level scorer. Yeah. The way that guy goes and gets buckets is like, your game is going to change and evolve and mature, obviously, but like you can still go get buckets in a similar way. Harper came into the league for the Spurs and like is still playing a similar brand of basketball to score his points. He's just going to have to figure out how to do it faster and be stronger, XYZ. But with Boozer, it's like you may have to sort of figure out how to like alter your approach to the game a little bit. Just because you don't know if for the first couple of years you're going to be able to get down there and bang with guys and shoot like a little bit of a baby hook. And it's not to say that he can't do that eventually. Like he's going to get grown man strength eventually too. And then he'll be one of the strong guys in the NBA. And then he's going to be terrifying.
He's the strongest guy in college basketball right now, I think.
Totally.
like pound for pound at least.
Absolutely. So, look, I like the kid. I think he's going to be a good player. I've just always, my stance remains true, and I think people have sort of seen it in some capacity where he is and will be limited in some ways to his ceiling. Doesn't mean don't draft him. Just means temper expectations on what this guy could be.
Yeah, I think he is the highest floor, low ceiling guy of this draft for sure.
Yeah. I'm bummed our boy Acuff didn't get to see a Final Four appearance. I'm bummed they had to run up against Arizona, but we talked about that it was likely Arizona was going to win that game. We did call that.
And after him taking out Rob Martin Jr., I'm like, you know what? I hope someone beats him for Rob.
Yeah, there you go.
I fucking love Rob Martin Jr., dude. I can talk about him for forever. He's got no tape. I looked for like a senior mixtape on YouTube. Nothing.
Yeah.
We have what we have from Rob, unless I'm sure he'll put together a tape because he's going to want to go overseas, or G League, whatever.
Yeah. Hey, Michigan call.
I doubt it.
Goat had the read on Michigan.
Yep, good call.
I believe you had the read on Illinois, if I remember correctly. I think you were.
And that was more of a trapezoid of excellence call, really.
That's right. That was trapezoid, but you did have Houston, who they did beat.
I had Houston taking Illinois out.
Okay. Never mind. I thought maybe you had.
I did call Zona.
Okay.
I called Zona.
We both were high on Zona getting.
That's not a crazy pick. I just thought that Houston was. I thought Illinois and Houston were both very good. I thought what Houston does defensively was going to make it tough on Illinois, and I figured they would be a little more on the side of like, we're going to guard these guys more straight up, but that Illinois was going to struggle to create space. Not the case.
No, it just wasn't how it worked out, unfortunately, for your predictions and your brackets. Who do you like here to get through to the final and win? Do you have your?
I still got Zona. I mean, I picked Zona to go all the way. I'm tripping. Illinois played Iowa, bro. Who did Houston lose to?
Well, Houston lost to Illinois in the Sweet 16.
That's right. Okay.
And then it was Iowa in the Elite Eight.
I really thought I remembered Illinois playing Houston. And
I just they did. It was just around earlier. Yeah.
That's right. But yeah, Iowa.
But yeah, so we have,
bro. Iowa was awesome.
Yeah.
They were
fun to watch. I know.
Shout out that head coach.
Iowa, TCU, and who else? And Arkansas were like my. I hope these guys go far. I guess High Point as well. I liked High Point too. Those were kind of the four teams that I was like, I'm rooting for these guys. Like, these are kind of the underdog.
Fun fact: I met the TCU basketball head coach on my flight into LA, and I just saw Jamie Dixon, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's him. And he had like wearing a TCU stuff, had a TCU bag and everything.
Yeah. And
he sits down in first class, and I walk by him, and I say, "Hey, coach, congrats on a great season." And he looks at me and he goes, "Oh, what are you, a frog or something?" And just said it like a villain, like a super villain. He went, "Oh, what are you, a frog or something?" I was like, no, I'm a NC State fan. I just, I enjoyed watching y'all play. You had a great year. And he's like, yeah, thank you. He said, who's your team? He's like, NC State. And he was like, oh, you just lost your coach. I was like, yeah, I'm upset about it.
You just lost your coach. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah.
Yeah. Will, this is the first podcast to ever openly disavow Will Wade. Fuck Will Wade forever.
Fuck
you. Yeah, I don't like him. Piece of shit human being.
Certainly. Yeah. Hey, do your thing, man.
Also, chase the bag. Never watch another man's pockets. Chase the bag, also.
Where did he go again? LSU?
LSU.
So do you
now LSU doing that twice in 1 year?
Yeah.
LSU basketball. LSU? I will actively root for LSU basketball to lose every single game they play.
Okay.
LSU football. My girlfriend is from Louisiana. She's like an LSU fan by default, but she just kind of pulls for my teams now.
Yeah.
So fuck Will Wade, fuck LSU basketball. I hope every single player tears their ACL.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
As much as that does for whatever, that's what I would like to see happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can get on board with this. I don't know if I could actively and openly root against players' ACLs.
I don't need you to.
Hey, you got to do your thing. You got to do your thing.
Hey, you know what? You know what? For 1 year, I'm gonna hope that all the players hurt themselves.
1 year,
just
bad
1
luck.
year.
Yeah, one year bad luck. 1 year bad luck.
Give me 5. I'm gonna go 5 games because 1 year is a long time.
You're
5
games.
You're
walking this back a lot.
No, I am because I realize it's crazy.
You
but if
want
I'm gonna
every
be realistic,
player to tear their ACL in 5 games?
For 4 or 5 games, I'm going to hope that happens.
Okay. And then game 6, you're just like, I just hope they lose.
We're back. We're back.
Okay.
And if it happens, I'll feel really bad. And then I'm going to realize, oh, wait, I actually had nothing to do with it. There's no correlation with me hoping that something happens. That also actually I don't hope it happens. I'm just going to say that because it's funny.
Right.
But for 5 games, a little part of me will be like, oh, hope he lands on someone's foot. And his knee explodes.
Oh, the closeout.
Because you went to go play for a bad guy.
The closeout was under his landing spot on his 3-point jumper, and he rolled his ankle.
Interesting. Yeah, that'll be my reaction.
Right. I hear you.
For 5 games.
Yes, 5 only.
Yeah, I hope
so
they
you
never
have
make the tournament.
You have Zona over Michigan.
Yes, I do.
And then I would assume
I'm picking UConn.
Well, actually,
I mean, I had Houston in the championship game.
Right.
But I mean, UConn's in the trapezoid too, man.
They're both in the trapezoid.
Yeah,
damn trapezoid.
And it's more about the teams that are in the trapezoid are the teams that you should pick, to go as your champion. One of them is most likely going to be a champion.
Okay.
Once you're a trapezoid team playing trapezoid team, who knows? So for my money right now, Arizona looks unstoppable. That was my thought before the tournament, and it's still my thought now. UConn is it's Dan Hurley. Never bet against UConn in March. Never ever bet against UConn in March.
I mean, yeah, there is a psycho at the helm, and you might as well. You might as well just bet on the guy who just headbutted a fucking referee after hitting a game winner from half court.
And got away with it.
I'm gonna be with you on these picks. I think it'll be Zona UConn, and I think I'm gonna take UConn to win this whole thing. I think that moment they're just gonna carry some electricity into the final here, and I also think that Michigan is gonna be a tough matchup for Zona, where they're gonna be a little bit banged up and tired. I think because Michigan's a big team, and I just think. Not that UConn's going to walk through Illinois, but I think Arizona will come into that game a little bit more banged up, and the fire of UConn I think is just going to carry better. The energy,
the thing is
carry into that game better.
With UConn, it's their offense does pretty heavily flow with how well are they shooting the ball. It's just are they going to are they shooting the ball well? And if not, I mean, you get games like what they had with Duke, and their defense keeps them in games.
Yeah.
If they don't shoot it well and their offense is struggling, I don't think their defense is going to be able to slow down Arizona. That's my take.
So you think Zona
wins Michigan,
this whole thing?
I do. If it's Michigan, if UConn ends up playing Michigan, I'm picking UConn.
Okay.
But if Arizona's in the championship game, I think they beat either UConn or Illinois.
Fuck, I do need to kind of stick with Zona. I've picked them as my winner from the start.
Hey, but if you're I can see a world where UConn just takes this momentum and rolls through the tournament and wins. I still believe I
that
can
could
see
be
it
true,
too.
I gotta ride Zona because I've said it from the start. I need to commit.
They got to figure out their offense though. They've had a few. I mean, I think they were 1 for 18 from 3 in that game against Duke before that shot. It was bad.
Yeah. Good evening, Maba. By the way, Maba said
yes.
Said good evening, gentlemen, and then he said possible
Germany,
MVP of the tournament.
Germany,
our German representative.
Yes.
Dookie, do you have a possible MVP of the tournament?
Man,
is it typically? I'm not as.
It's usually a guard.
College basketball, but is it usually? Does it have to be a team that makes it to a certain point?
Usually, it's a Final Four guy.
Typically, okay, yeah.
I mean, I could see it being what's his face, the kid that hit the shot for UConn.
Yeah,
I think if Arizona wins it and Braden Burries has a 20-point plus game, it'll probably just give it to him because he's been solid, I guess. I mean, dude, Lendenborg, Yaxel Lendenborg, all-time name from Michigan. He's had a killer tournament too. I know.
Yeah.
Dude, being like a light-skinned gentleman with a like strangely European sounding name is the coolest shit ever.
It has to be. Dude, classic example, Xavier Henry. Deep
Great name.
bag pull. Deep bag
Soccer?
pull from No. NBA deep cut. Wow.
You got me. You got me.
Willie Goat gets Dookie on the deep bag pull.
Clip it.
Xavier Henry, clip it.
Doesn't happen
Laker
often.
legend, left-handed slasher.
Okay.
Xavier Henry played like a point forward esque role for the Lakers in the Robert Sacre era. He was like
calling that era the Robert Sacre era is great because I know exactly what you're talking about.
Dude,
you could have called it the Jordan Hill era.
It was Jordan Hill, Ryan Kelly, Robert Sacre, Wesley Johnson,
Duke legend,
Jody Meeks, Xavier Henry, Kendall Marshall, and those boys were out there fucking hooping their way to a 15 and 20 win season.
A 20 game under 500 type year.
Yep.
Oh, that was a funny Lakers team. Kendall Marshall's a deep pull too, because people thought he was going to be the second coming, like big point guard.
He had a stretch of games where he was averaging like 15 assists a game.
Yeah.
He had like a crazy stretch where he
was good.
Let me show you Xavier Henry. Lefty Laker legend.
Wow, he's massive.
He was kind of jacked, but he was kind of a sick like slasher 2-guard, 3-guard combo that could like facilitate a little bit. He was fire, dude. He was fire. Went to Kansas. He was a beast. But that team is like one of the funniest teams of all time.
Everyone has those
funniest teams of all time. Yeah,
those bad teams for their like the NBA team they like that they kind of like believed in and was like, huh, like maybe.
I fully, dude. We put a couple of those rosters together. This was like post Kobe Achilles tear too.
Yeah,
we put a couple teams together that I was like, hey man, if Kobe can get back to like where he was, this team might be a 7 seed. And
like there were some Mavericks teams like some Monte Ellis, OJ Mayo Mavericks teams that I was like, hey,
yeah,
never know. Like
never
Sam
know.
Dallenberg, John Jenkins playing a lot of minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, Charlie Villanueva. The Charlie Villanueva days of the Mavericks were very fun because we were one of those teams that could beat anyone or lose to anyone on any given night. And like Chucky McBuckets would check into the fucking game, dude. And by the time he checked out, he would have taken 6 threes in like 8 minutes, and you would either be down 15 or up 15. If the score was even when he checked in, and there was no in between, because as soon as he touched the rock, he was letting it fly.
Yeah. No,
it was fun.
Dude, it was such a fun era of like, it wasn't even, I think what made that era fun too is like teams weren't even like super tanking. They just were so bad, and they were trying to put together something like semi-worth noting, and they just couldn't, and it was so fun.
And the Mavs hung around in that space for so long, dude. Like you would see like the bench mob for the Mavs coming in that era, and it's like JJ Barea, Jameer Nelson, Vince Carter, Charlie Villanueva, and Dwight Powell. And they would go out there and like, honestly, bro, they would fucking hoop sometimes. I think there was a stretch with that team like somewhere in that range where like we led the NBA in bench points. It was just Barea Powell high pick and roll. Like
love it.
If you don't help, he's like a lob is going to Dwight Powell and his head's going to be at the rim or kick out 3.
Dwight Powell being like Blake Griffin Jr. for one season
for a while
was so fire. I mean, I was exaggerating,
dude,
but yes, it was for a little bit.
It was, for a while, like he was one of the best lob threats in the NBA.
Yeah,
and he played like 18 minutes a game and would come in and just catch 3 lobs from JJ Barea, Raymond Felton, or Jameer Nelson.
Yes.
He was fantastic.
Thickum said, wasn't Xavier Henry nasty in 2K? He was. Recently, Santa Cruz Warriors. Yes, Maba.
He came back.
Henry, he played a little bit of Santa Cruz Warriors basketball. And then Thickum said, I swear, I thought Jody Meeks was going to save the franchise. Dude, me and you both, brother. That bro, Jody Meeks catching the ball off of a screen, and coming around and shooting that quick twitch, high-ass jump release. He shot that thing at the peak of his jump.
Yeah.
All the way at the top of his jump. And just stiff as a board. Just snap that wrist. Corner 3-ball coming off a screen. It was electric.
All-time, I think he was an all-time like feet touching each other, straight-legged jump shooter.
Yeah. It was the stiffest, highest jump shot from like a 6'4" guy you've ever seen. It was incredible. It was incredible. What an era, man. Gosh, is there going to be anything ever better than that? The early mid 2000s era in the NBA.
I don't know. Sorry, I just disassociated for a second.
It's okay. I'm also like I'm trying to find this running back's name that I want to talk about in this draft, because we want to talk a little bit of draft as well.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's do a little bit of NFL. So because the NFL here, we've reached a little bit of the biggest lull in the NFL season, which is post free agency, post underwear Olympics, pre-draft. Like there's this
underwear Olympics.
Yeah, the combine.
Is that the combine?
Yeah, the combine. They call it the underwear Olympics. Oh, you haven't?
Never heard.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Okay. Hey, there you go. You just got some new vernacular there. But
nice.
So
good
you
use
have
of vernacular.
It is a good use of vernacular. You have a stretch where like free agency has slowed down, and we can maybe brush up on a little bit of free agency, but like it's the biggest one. I mean, we've talked about it enough. I think when free agency was happening, but now you have the draft coming up, and we just want to give our way too early, like maybe some player comps.
I've been way too early. How far out is the draft?
It's next month. It's like in 20 something days. April 23rd, I believe, is the round one of the draft.
We will have full mock drafts at some point. So
yes, we're getting close to having full mock drafts. But we just wanted to talk a little bit here about like just some guys we like, maybe some player comps, and just some landing spots that we like. Mostly skill players, and for me, a lot of this typically relates to dynasty fantasy football, because I'm in 3 dynasty leagues and I'm the commissioner in 2.
Crazy
and I am a
That's
dynasty.
So much to deal with.
I am a dynasty sicko, and I actually have some draft picks this year in one of the leagues. I did kind of a half rebuild. Traded Bucky Irving and Ladd McConkey for 108, 109, 112, and a third.
That's so many picks, dude.
I'll tell you what, it's a good amount of picks, but they're also late picks in a sketchy draft, and I'm a little bit hesitant on them. And I don't want to show my cards too early here, but I don't think a bunch of my guys are listening to this, other than Thickums, who is in some of those leagues. But I'm hoping, my hope is that 108, 109, I get Concepcion and Jonah Coleman. That's my hope, is that it's like 101 Jeremiah Love, and there's going to be a stretch of receivers taken.
Like Lemon, Tyson,
Carnell Tate, and Jordan Tyson. Yeah. And then this is where it gets a little tricky, is I don't know that I'll be able to get both of those guys at 108, 109, because you have like Mendoza, who will probably fall to somebody like 105 through 107. You have Sadiq, who had a phenomenal combine. He tested like he had like one of the best physical combines of any tight end in NFL history. Like his combine numbers were fucking insane. So physically, he's a weapon.
Is he mocked to go in the first round?
Yeah, a lot of people like him to the Rams at 13.
I'm seeing him right now, and I don't know how old this thing is. But they have him at 38 in the second round. This mock is from, and this is just some guy's mock, but it's from March 30th, which is yesterday. I wonder if something happened. I
don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Chat, did we miss something? You saw him. Yeah, Maba saw him at 14. I've seen a lot of 13 to the Rams. That's like what I've seen the most.
Dude, you guys got Tyler Higbee, man. You don't need a tight end.
Well, we did draft that Terrence Ferguson kid last year that I do kind of like, and I kind of wish they would rock with him, but we'll see. We also have Colby Parkinson, who had like a great end of the season, a sneaky, really good end of the season with Stafford. He's like 6'6", Colby Parkinson. He's a big tight end, 6'6", 6'7", and had like towards the end of the year in the playoffs, they were scheming him a lot of jump ball stuff because he's so big, and he was just kind of a weapon and like catching a lot of shit at like the high point. So I'd be curious to see if I to be honest with you, I could see the Rams doing one of two things. I could see them trading that 13th pick back to get like 2 mid-firsts maybe, or like a future first plus like a 20th something pick, and maybe just taking like a secondary or an offensive lineman that falls or something. Or what I kind of want to see them do, and I would love to see the Rams do at that 13th pick, is trade up to get Caleb Downs. And throw him into that secondary with what we have cooking right now. We just traded for 2 corners. We have what's his name? Cam Curl, I think, is that the safety that's been playing pretty well. We've got another safety that was playing pretty well last year. But if we could go get like our version of like a Kyle Hamilton with Downs.
And I think that's what Caleb Downs is going to be too.
Me too. I think this kid's going to be special, man.
I would be surprised to see Downs picked earlier than 10 just because of the position that he plays. Like, you just don't really draft a safety, but the positional, like how much of a hybrid he really is, where like you can use him like the Seahawks use Amanawari this past year, of like playing him as a strong safety, put him in as like a sub linebacker when they spread you out.
Right. That's
just let him play the field like that, go one safety high, put him in like a nickelback slot.
Dude,
I think he is versatile.
Especially like him and Jared Verse being like sort of like a 1-2 punch combo that can like they're both pretty versatile players, where you can stick Verse almost as like a smaller edge, right? And like play him at the outside, and then you just slide Downs into like almost like a middle linebacker. Like, I just feel like there's so much they could do with Downs. I hope they trade up into like 9 or something with the Chiefs and go get him. I could see the Chiefs doing something like that. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. That trade could make sense. Hear me out. Chiefs land Sadiq at 13 to be a Kelsey replacement.
True. That's very true. And
like,
Thickham's made a good point. They said that he said there's a lot of different opinions on Sadiq because he's not a true tight end. He is just kind of like a big receiver. And a lot of like, and McVay, he said McVay loves his 3 tight end sets. Wouldn't be surprised if they take him at all. But I do feel like a lot of teams like already have their pass catcher, and it's like you need your bigger guys that are more of a blocking tight end that can go out and run a route. But I
think
the
Stowers kid is getting a lot of buzz.
True. What is he from Oklahoma?
One of those. I forget what it is, but he's
either way.
He's been getting some buzz as like a blocking tight end that can also catch.
So Maba asked about Jeremiah Love. I feel like there's a lot of speculation about where he's going to go. And to me, I'm like, Tennessee is going to draft him 100%, and Arizona might take him first. Like, I don't think he's making it past 4. And if he doesn't go to Tennessee, he's going to the Cardinals.
I think it would be a bad choice for the Cardinals to take him. They just brought in Algier.
I think they need to do other things. I think they
just brought in Algier, who I think is going to be a very reliable running back for them. James Conner will have one more season left of competence, and then Trey Benson can be sort of their like change of pace third guy.
Yeah, I did forget about Algier.
They clearly have an issue at running back because the last like season and a half here, they just have been throwing out like fucking Eli DeMarcado or whatever. So yes, there is this thing where it's like, God, just go get a guy so you have one. Jesus. I don't see them paying for Algier in the way that they did. And like, they're clearly rocking with James Conner just to go fill that room more when they have so many other issues to address. They just lost their starting QB. They're going to run Jacoby Brissett and or Gardner Minshew. Like, do you know what I mean? Like this is a franchise that is officially.
Dude, those are two great quarterbacks. What are you talking about?
Right.
You said that like they're not, though.
This is a team.
I'm going to press you for a second on this.
This is a team. They're both fine. They're both fine bridge QBs. But this
Fine.
is a team that clearly has a lot of issues to address. And it just feels like the league has gone to a place where, like, best practice is get your running back when you're closer to being ready to win. Right?
I think it's like, I personally think that you can do it either way, but it looks uglier when you go running back first before you build the trenches.
Let me put it this way. Breece Hall being with the Jets this whole time has been a waste for the Jets. You're not building anything with Breece Hall, because it's not that running backs are expendable. We've seen, bro, the last 2 Super Bowls have been dominated by running backs. Running backs are important. But it just feels like when you are at this stage of a rebuild, this early in a rebuild, don't get a guy just to sit him behind a shit offensive line and a shit offense and a coaching carousel and a bad team. It's a waste of a pick right now. It's not worth it. That is my take right now. Do not spend the 3rd pick on a running back after you just went out and got a running back in free agency. Pointless. Go get a defensive guy that you can develop for a few years. Go get an edge. There's so many good edges in this draft too. Like I've seen a lot of like David Bailey or Arvil Reese or I wouldn't even blame him for taking
I think
Downs.
Bain is going to be the best.
Yeah,
I think
Bain is going to be good too. Ruben Bain's going to be good too.
I texted Theo about Ruben Bain because I know the short arms thing was big. And he said, honestly, man, it affects him like finishing plays, but he's so good at winning on the pass rush against his matchup. Like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
He said like this guy is bendy. He's strong. Like he gets low. He's strong. Like he's just going to bull rush you sometimes. But I think it's comparable to like an edge version of Aaron Donald. Like, yeah, because Aaron Donald was just a D tackle. I think he might have hopped out on the edge every once in a while, but
he was versatile enough to switch later in his career when he got there. But yeah, he came in as a
and he just got
inside.
Doubled.
Yeah,
he would just get doubled every single play. And it was like, oh, his arms are too short, and then he would just wreck games.
So strong and bendy and hard to keep up with, and the low center of gravity was tough. I see a little bit of Aaron Donald in Bain. And there's a couple of really good edges in this class that I just keep seeing mocked to like 20 different places. Yeah. But I would say Arizona should absolutely go take an edge or the one of the best.
How about Tennessee? Tennessee's right. O-line. I mean, and that's what the Cardinals will probably take Myoga.
Yeah. I've seen a lot
Miami tackle.
I've seen a lot of that as well. Yeah.
Dog. Absolute dog. But
beast.
Like, is Tennessee in I think like Jeremiah Love is a good enough prospect to like I don't think we can just like maybe we waste a year of him being here, but I think we have to take him because he's that good of a running back.
I get it, but like okay, so Thickham's made a good point as well. We saw this with Gene T last year with Genty, sorry.
Yeah.
People always make fun of me for the way I pronounce it. Genty. We saw this with Genty last year too. Genty was a generational prospect in terms of production at Boise, and came in and people were calling him a bust, which is crazy.
It's stupid.
Could not disagree more. By the way, that kid is going to be fucking special. But that can hurt a player's career. You bring him into a bad situation like that, especially a running back. You take away their confidence. People are calling him a bust. It's a bad idea in my opinion. I get the feeling of like he's just the most special offensive talent in the draft. Take him. I get it. But I just think we've seen it time and time again. Even with Saquon and the Giants, what did they get out of that? What did they get out of a generational running back being on that roster for that long? Nothing really.
Nothing. And they had other issues to solve too.
But that's what these teams have too. That's what I'm saying is like go take either the best offensive lineman in the draft or go take like a special defensive talent and let them develop, because that is what's going to build your team. You know, once your defense is solid and your team is playing better and you've got your quarterback cooking and they're able to stay in games because you've drafted well defensively, then you go, okay, well now we can use our pick to go get a special running back. That's my opinion on how you should run that. I like Love to the Titans at 4, to be honest with you, because that feels more like
Well, their
Cam
O-line
Ward could
is
really
not very good either, though.
no, but they're like a little bit farther along than what the Cardinals O-line I think is right now.
Okay.
And
I
their
can't
their
speak on
defense
that.
and that being said, their defense is also the Titans' defense is also on the come up as well. So that's where I look at this team and I go, now the Titans, they may be in a position, and the Titans have drafted their QB who seems to be their franchise guy. And I'm a Cam Ward believer. I think that kid's going to be good.
Same. And the Cardinals, you're right. I mean, the Cardinals do have they're in a tougher spot than the Titans because they have two franchise quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
They have two guys that will probably lead them to a Super Bowl. That will lead someone to a Super Bowl one day. Jacoby and Gardner.
And Gardner, yes, right. So it's different circumstances.
It's tough spot to be in.
The Titans also do need a receiver, like desperately. So that is my one hang up with the Titans going running back at 4 is like then you have to wait and get like they would have to wait for this, like hope that early round 2 pick they have, they can land one of these kind of like the receivers that fall, which I think there's a lot of receivers in this draft that could be useful too. So it might not be the worst idea in the world, but there's a part of me that's maybe you go early. If like Mekhi Lemon is there at 4, if you go get him early, because I really like him for Cam Ward, I think they'd be a really good duo.
That would be fun.
Maybe you could go get Mekhi Lemon at 4, and then maybe in the second round, if you could go get like Jonah Coleman or something. You know what I mean? If you can,
I think Love is that much better of a running back than Lemon is. Lemon's still great.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
But I do think you can go get some other guys. But I wanted to point this out. Thickums said that Saleh was quoted saying that he's happy with the running back room he has right now. Could be pre-draft smoke though. That's it. That's a good point. What does the Titans running back room look like? Because this might just be the biggest load of bullshit. They have Pollard. That's right.
They have a serviceable RB1 RB2 combo. Don't get me wrong, but last year they didn't look great, and that the O line does need some work too, which is probably part of it. And I do think wide receiver is a more pressing concern for them. I will say, although they did just go get Wan'Dale Robinson, who it doesn't see they paid Wan'Dale Robinson fat, but that kid has been very solid.
He's production.
He is honestly a very good like wide receiver 2 in today's NFL, and will be a good wide receiver 2 for Cam Ward specifically.
Yeah, shout out
where
Brian
he's like
Dable for scheming Wan'Dale Robinson into one of the most productive players in the NFL. He's a 1,000-yard receiver.
No.
I just think like with the physical tools that Wan'Dale has, being the number one option, I thought that would be tough, but they put him in positions to succeed, and he made the most of it.
Yep. I do like as we're just kind of moving down like draft picks here.
Yeah.
The Giants are in an interesting spot. Oh no, I was going to say the Giants are in an interesting spot where like I know that like ESPN has them mocked with like Caleb Downs there. I don't hate that for them. They have their defense is in need of help.
At 5,
I have seen some people saying if Love falls there that they take Love and run like a Love and what's the
dart read option?
No, well, yes, but no. Who's the other running back?
Scatterbo.
Golly, Scatterbo. Thank you. I do see a lot of people saying that that's a possibility. I've seen some people.
That would be nuts.
Yeah, I've seen some people saying they should go take like Carnell Tate there to pair him next to.
I think they need a defensive. They need a run stopper. They have all these big bodies. They need a linebacker. They need a D tackle. Right now, I'm looking at like either an edge guy there or a linebacker being taken.
Yeah.
Like, I think Sonny Styles that early might be a reach when you do have like Arvell Reese and Ruben Bain probably going to be available. So I think you might just take another edge guy. Bain might be one of those dudes that can play in a few spots. Just because he's not the longest dude, but he's an explosive, strong athlete, like a power rusher.
Him and Downs are versatile enough that I think a top 5 pick on a team that needs defensive help desperately is like it's probably a good move to go take one of those guys.
Ruben Bain is 6'2", 263 as an edge rusher.
Holy shit.
That's a massive human being. 263.
That's a big boy. That's a big boy.
Oh my gosh. David Bailey's 6'4", 250.
Yeah, 6'4", 250 is
6'2", 263, bro. That is nuts.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Yeah. What is Arvell Reese? 6'4", 240. A little lighter.
Yep.
But yeah, it gets interesting with this draft class because it's deep at receiver and edge, and there's a lot of teams that need both of those positions. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be interesting to see like what kind of trades happen. I like the Browns taking a receiver. They'll probably just take whoever, because I've seen a lot of Carnell Tate mocked there. I got to be honest. Mekhi Lemon is the best receiver in this draft, and whoever gets him, I think, is going to be the best receiver here. And,
I agree. I don't think the other guys are going to be bad, but I do think Lemon is going to be kind of like I think he's going to be like Emeka Ibuka for the first half of the season. I think that's going to be like his whole season. I think he's going to be a surprise standout guy. But I wanted to address this real quick. Thickham said he said, I feel like the Giants D-line is super solid. Like Thibodeau, Sexy Bexy, Brian Burns, and Abdul Carter. Yep. But like when you they gave up, I think they had the worst run defense in the NFL. Like they might have statistically.
It's interesting because they have a lot of really talented players on that D-line, but a lot of them are like pass pressure, get to the quarterback guys. Teams were running the ball all over the Giants. I will be honest. I do think that Caleb Downs would be the pick for them. I think he could be a guy that's versatile enough that like he can sort of make up for some run stop. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I think
he's better in the passing game. Personally, I do think
no, he is.
It's good to have. I think they need a dog linebacker, and I think that. Maybe you do just reach for Sonny Styles. I mean, he was the fastest linebacker in the draft.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, he's getting mocked closer to 10, like around like 8, it's like 7 or 8. But I'm like, this is what you need. Like, and that's where it gets tough for football because I think some teams, like the Eagles every year or the Rams, are just in a position where they can draft best talent available, and then just like, oh, he's probably going to be better than the guy we have here, even though the guy we have here isn't horrible. But I don't know. Either way, I do think they need a run stopper. But Lemon's going to be a dog. Where do you like Concepcion? Because I think he's been a very interesting wide receiver prospect that a lot of people have very polarized takes on.
He is one of my favorite receivers in this draft. I'm bought in on him. I think he's going to be. Yeah, I think he's going to be talented. He reminds me a little bit of maybe like a Stephon Diggs or like Jordan Addison type, where kind of like a silky route runner, big play guy, but a little bit undersized, I guess you could say. Like he's not a guy
he's
that
like
you want to.
6'1".
That's one of the things I've seen him listed at like 5'11" and also 6'1". So I've seen him like I don't know what the official. Yeah, I don't know what's the official ruling on him. I love him to either like the Bills or the Patriots late in the first round. I think
I don't know if we'll go wide receiver in the first round, unfortunately.
I know, but you should. That's the thing.
We need a linebacker. We need a safety. Like we were playing Jordan Poyer like starting at strong safety.
I guess also that you did trade for DJ Moore.
Exactly.
And that's probably pretty telling of like, no, that's just going to be the guy we use for right now.
Yeah.
So it's true. It's probably, fuck.
At first I was like, I don't like it. And then I saw because I said like, I just feel like there were better guys that we could have gotten. And then I saw the price tag because I said Jalen Waddle. I'm like, it seems like the Dolphins are selling right now. And I saw the price tag for Jalen Waddle and I was like, ooh, like, I think Jalen Waddle's great. I think he would have been awesome with Josh Allen.
He'll be awesome in Denver.
Yeah, he will be. And that's scary to have that in the AFC as well this year or this upcoming year. But like, I saw the price tag and I was like, do we go like, what was it? A first and a second?
Right.
Like it was pretty steep. I don't remember exactly what it was if someone wants to correct me, but I was like, I would have been like, hell yeah, Jalen Waddle. I don't care. But if DJ Moore does work, we're going to look back at that and be like, steal.
Thank God we did that deal instead. Yeah. I guess the question is, can DJ Moore give you enough of what Jalen Waddle would give you for a cheaper price that like the offense will still keep moving? And it's not a pass first offense. It's not
like our wide receivers suck. Like it's just there's a clear gap of a missing number one. Like you have Khalil Shakir, you have Dalton Kincaid, and then it might get a little scary after that. But like serviceable guys like Brandon Cooks was able to step in that pass attack and be like a big play guy. Like he made big plays for us down the street. Even like Gabe Davis was stepping in there and catching a few passes. Yeah. And his knee exploded. Very sad. But I think we go linebacker safety.
Concepcion kid is really good. I like him in the late first round there. I wouldn't be shocked if maybe one of these teams in the late first round like trades or someone trades into the late first round to get a receiver. So like it may not look exactly like this, but it does feel like the Dolphins, the Patriots both need receivers. And then you have like the early second rounds. You have the Titans and the Raiders both also need receivers. I think we're going to see a really big run of receivers late first to early second. You're going to see Concepcion, Omar Cooper Jr., these kind of like later round guys that fell back a little bit. Denzel Boston, I think, is going to go. Some people have him mocked higher. I think I've seen some people. Gosh, I forget who else I saw him mocked to, but I think you're going to see a run of receivers to a lot of teams. I hope the Titans are able to go get like some fun offensive players for Cam Ward because he just if you could just take the pressure off him a little bit. I like the Raiders landing maybe like Omar Cooper Jr. if he falls there, or Denzel Boston to give Mendoza someone to pair up with other than Bowers, because outside of Bowers, the Raiders
not much.
Kind of really just don't have much going in the pass attack.
Shout out Jacoby Myers.
Who is now the wide receiver 1 for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And it was exactly what they needed. Just wasn't enough to beat the old Billies in the playoffs.
It's really interesting, dude. Like Parker Washington may be a better receiver than Brian Thomas Jr. at this point. So that's kind of interesting. We'll see if somebody like trades.
I still think Brian Thomas Jr. has got like a little. He's got something
juice.
Left.
He's got juice.
I think that him getting all the attention wasn't good for him, and I think that this year we're going to see what he actually is, whether it's good or bad. With like you cannot like apply too much pressure to Brian. I think Brian Thomas Jr. is like if Jamison Williams was the number 1 option for the Lions, you'd be like, he's not that good.
Yeah. I will say, dude, there has been some smoke with JMO taking over like the like they become 1A, 1B. Like Amon-Ra St. Brown is in an interview and he's like, Jamison Williams is actually a more talented wide receiver than me. He's just like a little bit younger. He's figuring it out. But yeah, don't be shocked if that actually kind of happens in some way.
Yeah, and right now it's a lot of like he's the big play guy and Amon-Ra is the underneath dude that just eats up like the targets.
Yes. So you also have this thing where you're like, where do like Ty Simpson and
Carson Beck
and Nessemeyer, like there's these quarterbacks that like aren't great.
I know so many people have, and I live where I live, and a lot of and also my girlfriend, like being from Louisiana, they're all LSU people. And we hear a lot of I hear a lot of like, that Nussmeier kid, he's good. Nussmeier, he's good. He throws a good ball. It's funny. If Liz is listening, she'd know exactly what I'm talking about. And like, I think Nussmeier is solid. And he does throw he might have the best arm talent in the draft, but this year was a year of like a lot of quarterbacks that were supposed to be and just simply weren't.
And just weren't. Yep, absolutely.
Like Cade Klubnik was supposed to be a first-round draft pick. A lot of people before the season started had him mocked at 1-1, first overall. Mm-hmm. And then he just did a whole lot of nothing plummeted. This year.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Ty Simpson is really interesting.
He's climbed.
Ty Simpson's really interesting
has climbed a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's an interesting thing here where it's like you get into this late first, early second where you have the Cardinals and the Jets are there with some picks, and you just have to assume one of those teams has to take a swing at one of these quarterbacks and hope something pans out.
Yeah, it seems like the what's his face, Aaron. What's the name of the Jets coach? I'm blanking.
Glenn or whatever is it?
Aaron Glenn.
Is that his name?
Is it Aaron Glenn? I think it's Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn.
Yes,
yeah, it's Aaron Glenn.
Yes, we got it.
He was saying Gino's our guy, Gino's our starter, but this does smell of like they're going to draft Ty Simpson or Carson Beck, and if it's bad for 4 games, we're going to see someone else trotting out there for game 5.
100%.
So
100%. Yeah, Gino's going to have a short leash. They're going to want to see what they got in somebody. It'll be similar. It's going to be very similar to Jackson Dart being drafted behind Russell Wilson last season, and the Giants just being like, "Look, we're just not that great. We took this kid late in the first, middle first, whatever. Let's just see what we got." And then he came out and was kind of electric, and you're like, "Well, this is best case scenario." So that's why you take the gamble on that. You take that risk because it has worked in the past. It's a low percentage. The second any quarterback outside the first round, it's a low percentage of hit rate. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, Gooch, that's a good point. Thickums said, quote, "Gino will take us to the promised land," quoted by Aaron Glenn. That's hilarious.
Did he actually say that?
I don't know. Gooch said, "What about the Browns QB room? Watson is technically still on the team, and they do not like Shador." Well, they don't like Shador because
said that
Shador,
Watson is their starter.
Yeah,
they've said that. Yeah,
that is such a fascinating
They paid him. You paid him so much money,
but he didn't play at all last year.
Trot him out there. Yeah, because his Achilles is gone.
His Achilles is toast, and it's like, well, is he coming this year and it's still injuries, or is he going to be like how long? You love giving massages to Patriots ownership, hilarious.
It's such a JD question. Did you see what he was saying before?
Yeah,
sorry to interrupt you.
No, please.
But he was talking about why that's so Ravens' vision. He said Joel Embiid has the heart of Lizzie McGuire. Like, what was the biggest plot hole of Zoe 101? I mean, just living up to most mentally ill listener. Like, that is his award. We have a very interesting ecosystem of
I like our live ecosystem.
Same. I like it. I like it a lot too. It's definitely interesting. Like, I would love to be a listener of this pod who only listens on Spotify and just has like a weird amount of information about like 4 people that are constantly chatting in our chat. But sorry, I derailed us.
It is kind of sick. No.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I was just going to say, so like the other thing that we've seen a little bit of here outside of like Ty Simpson, Nuss, and like where are all these guys going to go? Carson Beck. There's also like I've seen some people because the Rams are going to need a backup quarterback, or at least the Rams are going to need a QB at some point here too. So I know like one thing I've seen a little bit of is that who's that kid? Drew Allard from Penn State, I believe. Drew Allard. How do you pronounce his last? Allard.
I hear a lot of people saying that Allard is still like he's better than people think.
That's what I've heard too. So maybe the Browns are going to scoop one of these guys earlier than people think and just try something. But if I'm the Browns,
I'm saying Shador is my second option. That's what I'm doing if I'm the Browns.
I mean,
I'm building elsewhere in the draft.
He's going to be a backup quarterback. I don't think it's like that crazy to say like he's just a backup guy. But like if I'm the Browns, why don't I just they own their first next year, I would assume, right? I think they own their first next year. If I'm the Browns, just be horrible and get the first round pick next year and take the first overall quarterback next year. Truly that is, if you're the Browns right now, you cannot keep just having this revolving door at quarterback and taking these late. Like if I'm the Browns, why address the QB room this year? You're going to be bad regardless. You're hoping I'm going to get really lucky and draft a late first, early second, or a third round, fourth round quarterback to go be in a quarterback room with a bunch of other third and fourth and fifth round quarterbacks from last year.
Yeah.
Why try to address that this year when you don't have like a top, you know what I mean?
Agree.
unless Mendoza falls or you trade up for Mendoza. Unless the Raiders
even,
are like,
even so, dude, like,
you know,
I like Mendoza. I hope he's really good.
me
But
too.
I don't think
Yeah.
Mendoza is like this, like head and shoulders above the rest, like the way that it's mocked in
Don't
the
trade
draft
up
right now.
to get him. Yeah.
I do just think he's the best quarterback in the draft, and the number one
Mhm.
team in that, or the team that has the number one pick, needs a quarterback. So it's like
Mhm.
whether they had the 1 or the 6 or whatever, like they'd probably be taking Mendoza. If the fucking hold on, let me go back up to the top and see the order of picks. If the Titans had the number 1 pick, they're not taking Mendoza, obviously. If the Cardinals would probably take him. The Jets, like if they sign Geno, they're probably not taking Mendoza if they have the number 1 pick.
Mhm.
Like I said, I just don't think I think he will be a franchise quarterback, but I think this draft is fuller in other areas to where like you don't need to take the QB, build elsewhere now, and then next year worry about QB.
Could he land in the, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, like great college QB that struggles early in his career and then maybe does translate to winning as he matures and becomes like, if he can just become like, I'm a great decision maker and I'm big enough to kind of move
Darnold.
a little bit.
It's literally
That's
Darnold.
what I mean. Like if you can just go become one of those guys, like sure it'll work, but like it reeks of he's going to bounce around for a little bit first before he finds his home type of guy. Do you know what I mean? Like it feels too much like one of those quarterbacks.
I hope it's Oakland because genuinely,
too.
I just don't want him to experience any hardship in his life, period. So, because I love him. I think he's just a great person.
Right.
He's just Phillip Rivers reincarnated as a 20-year-old.
Thickums is right. The QB draft next year will be better. Dante Moore will be in the draft next year.
But here's, I get that. Here's my thing about saying the draft is going to be better next year. This year was supposed to be a loaded QB draft too. It was supposed to be. And then we had this season and guys did, I'm not going to say loaded. It was supposed to be a good, like solid QB draft.
Yeah.
And it's just like, even for years where like, it is solid. It is stacked. Like look at the Josh Allen year where Baker goes 1-1. Like Darnold was, right away at least was written off as like a bust. Where's Josh Rosen? He's getting like an MBA right now. It's tough stray for Josh Rosen to catch, but there's so many quarterbacks that are always like, oh, this is such a loaded draft class. It's such a and then we look back 5 years and be like, that draft actually sucked. Well, and it happens in all sports, really.
Yeah. I mean, you could be wrong about that, but like even like the 2025 draft class last year, everyone was like, hey, there's multiple great franchise quarterbacks, and it was right. It was true. Having 3 franchise QBs in one draft was crazy, and people did say going into that draft, this is a phenomenal QB draft. So, or was it? I'm sorry, was that 2024? I might have misspoke. I might have been.
Let me see. I can pull it up real quick. It was Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels. Yeah.
But what year was that? Sorry, what draft class was that? That was
2024.
Okay, sorry. Yes, I said 2025.
I think you said last year, and I was still thinking about that draft class.
Yeah, sorry. I meant
Caleb,
like
Jaden, Drake May.
Yes, that was those 3.
Penix,
24. Yes,
McCarthy. Yeah, Bo Nix.
But like that was a draft class that everyone thought was going to be loaded, and it was. So I'm just saying, I think the next 2 draft classes people are saying they're supposed to be pretty good. This is a pretty weak draft class. I think that's pretty consensus. And Dante Moore not coming out this year did have something to do with this going from a draft class that was supposed to be pretty loaded to one that isn't, because it would have been probably Dante Moore going like 1-1, and then Mendoza would have gone probably top 10 as well. You know what I mean? Like
it's so funny he didn't go, because to me it seems so incredibly clear that his decision was like, okay, if I go this year, the Jets are probably going to take me, so I'm not going to go.
Well, he was just like, I'm going to get the Jets or the Raiders. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and honestly, I think like he probably wouldn't have minded going to the Raiders, just because the Raiders at least like they seem competent
Bowers
to me.
And Gene T. Yeah.
They seem like a competent franchise to me, genuinely. And I think like Genty is one of those guys that like I said, I think you just have to take him and like, okay, we got to build things up afterwards. I don't think we can miss out on him. But like I think the Jets have just been bad, like so bad for forever, dude. Like, yeah, I think I don't want to play for Aaron Glenn. Who's the coach of the Raiders now? Because Pete's out, right?
Yeah.
Thickums is
I'm
here. He
drawing a
should
blank.
know.
Yeah, I know. Thickums is.
He's typing already.
That's right. It's like Clint Kubiak after he.
That's right. And I think that's a great hire.
Yeah, which is a perfect
fantastic
hire.
Perfect hire.
Especially.
So I wanted for the Bills head coaching job, bro.
Yes.
But
yeah, I agree. Yes, there is the Manning kid. Arch Manning is in the next draft class as well, who I'm actually not super high on, to be completely honest.
I think he has all the physical tools. He just needs to learn.
Yeah. He'll be a little bit more of a project. Mayava, yep.
I said
Mayava as well next year, who I think will be
Dude said God is coaching God's team. And then in parentheses said the Raiders. I thought Thickums was the Raiders guy. It's Gooch. Gooch is our Raiders.
Gooch is the Raiders guy.
Gooch is our Raiders correspondent.
Gooch is just our Raiders guy, and Thickums
who's Jordan
like
Mayava? I know that name.
Google. USC quarterback. You hate
right.
the West Coast. You hate.
I just don't care because you guys never do anything.
Right. We don't produce starting QBs like from Washington, like Penix. Caleb Williams doesn't come from USC. Makai Lemon isn't really a great player.
What is the West Coast won?
Sam Darnold didn't win a Super Bowl after playing.
What is the
USC.
West Coast won? Like when's the last time a West Coast college football team?
We're talking about player prospect. We're talking about draft prospects. I'm talking about draft prospects.
But it's like, okay,
Reggie
big
Bush
game.
sucked.
Hey, it's Saturday during the day. You're watching college football. The biggest game is on, and it's USC Washington. Who the fuck is watching that over like LSU Bama?
Me, a lot of people.
No, yeah, in your little bubble. All right,
Denzel Boston. Probably going to be a first-round pick. Washington.
You just said California has the best QBs. I can name more quarterbacks from NC State than have played in the state of California.
Bro, people sleep on the
I don't have
USC.
SEC brain. I don't have SEC brain. I'm an ACC guy.
You do have SEC brain. This is SEC
I am
brain
an
right
ACC
now, is what
guy.
this
That is the most disrespectful thing you have ever said to me is that I have SEC brain. That is, for a fact, I'm big on that. The SEC is not as good.
WRH bait.
Hilarious. Whatever. You kids, you Gen Zers and your rage bait.
People sleep on the USC wide receiver tree. USC receivers have been great.
Better than Ohio State?
It's up there, dude. It's up there. Let me read you the list. Fuck, who am I? I'm missing somebody here. It's bringing up current receivers. But
I'm going to pull up the Ohio State wide receiver list, and you're going to roll over, and you're going to call me
Robert
Daddy.
Woods, I believe.
Robert Woods first.
Juju Smith-Schuster, Robert Woods, Amon-Ra, Drake
four
London,
good years.
Drake London, and Amon-Ra.
Yeah, Amon-Ra. There you go.
We're both Nelson Aguilar, Mike Williams.
I know a lot of people that want to murder Nelson Aguilar.
Steve Smith. No, it's not better than Ohio State.
You want to see an Ohio State list from since 2022?
It's not. I know it's not bad. Addison, that's right. Michael Pittman, that's right. Michael Pittman,
Marvin
and Jordan
Harrison,
Addison.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Emeka Ibuka, Carnell Tate, if you count this year too. But that's since 2022. That's 6 guys that are probably top 20. Don't do the face, bro. I'm done with you.
Who's the last SEC QB to win a Super Bowl?
I'm not an SEC guy. I don't think the SEC I don't think the big dogs in the SEC produce the best quarterbacks either. I think oftentimes they recruit well for the trenches and the run game and defense.
Mm.
You're actually pissing me off.
Yeah, that's a good question, Thickums. Does NC State have a receiver in the league?
Jacoby Myers, suck my dick and balls. Suck my dick and balls. Also, Casey Concepcion will be in the NFL next year. He played at NC State for 2 years. Suck my dick and balls.
Who did he play at most recently?
A&M.
Yeah. So not NC State.
Is that supposed to make me feel some type of way that you did that?
You know who I do like too is like a sleeper receiver in this draft we haven't talked about yet, but this is a guy that I hope someone scoops up like in a 3rd or 4th round that will be good. Bryce Lance.
Oh, where's he from?
Bryce Lance. I believe it's North Dakota.
He's an NDSU guy.
NDSU guy. He's a Bison, and I believe it's Trey Lance's brother. which is kind of funny.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Right. But yeah, it's Trey Lance's brother, Bryce Lance, who went to Trey Lance's brother. Yes.
I still believe in Trey Lance, by the way. We can clip this for when he has a breakout year. I believe in Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance is going to lead a team to the playoffs eventually.
I firmly disagree, but we can come back to this, and I will be wrong if that's what happens.
Justin Herbert, they're going to finally build an offensive line in LA with Justin Herbert, and then Justin Herbert's going to have a season-ending injury, and Trey Lance is going to come in and lead the team to the playoffs.
Hey, I hope you're right for Trey Lance's sake.
Yeah.
We also have, there is some running back questions to address because this is kind of a weird running back class where there's a lot of running backs that'll be good, like a lot of running backs that would be good split backfield guys. Committee, that's the word I was looking for. Like Jadarian Price, I just don't see it with him as like a true RB1. I think he'll be a committee guy.
Where's the Miami kid mocked? Fletcher, Mark Fletcher.
I don't think
Fletcher
he's going
Jr.
high at all. I don't think people have him high at all.
That guy. I mean, I just watch him run in college. I'm like, that dude is an absolute animal.
Yeah, there's a lot of like
animal.
So Jonah Coleman is like the RB2. Jonah Coleman, Jadarian Price are kind of and then Emmett Johnson. Those are kind of the guys that get mentioned in like the after love, tier of running back. I would love to see the Chiefs go pick up like a Jonah Coleman. I think he'd be a great fit for them. It would kind of hurt me in fantasy because I really want to get him at that 108, 109 I have in this year's draft. I think the Ravens could use like a Derrick Henry's on his way out. Let's get someone that can take the edge off a little bit for him at like 32. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they went with like Singleton. If the Ravens ended up with Singleton, I kind of like that as a landing spot for them. The Vikings, I could see taking a guy that could end up being like a split backfield guy with Jones and Mason. Dude,
I feel like the Ravens taking Jadarian Price in the second round would make a lot of sense for me too.
I could see that. The Texans, I could see going and getting like a Singleton or like an Emmett Johnson to go kind of split with Monty. I also, dude, I wouldn't hate my Rams picking up a running back, especially like a bigger guy, because we have a lot of like, we have like a
small.
We have a redundant running back thing, which is like we have very like elusive, good vision, good pass catching running backs, and Kyron has been good at the goal line.
Kyron cosplays as a power back for sure.
He does, but I wouldn't mind getting a true power back to let Kyron to take the workload off a little bit. He's getting older,
too.
A lot of tread on the tires. I would love if the Rams went and got Singleton. I think that'd be a nice backfield. Yeah, I've seen some. You know who else I like is this I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he's a receiver. Chris Brazier. Let me look up at it. Chris Brazel the second. Brazel. I don't know if it's like Brazel or Brazel. He's the kid from Tennessee.
Yeah.
He could be he's a receiver. Brazel. I could see him going to
that was tough for you. It's just Brazzell. Brazel.
I just never know if it's like Brazel or Brazel. Like there's just names where I don't know where to put the emphasis or like how to pronounce the vowels, and it fucks me up sometimes. I like him. I like him as a sleeper pick as well. Maybe not even a sleeper, but like a guy who will go a little bit later to a team that could use a receiver. I think he could be like this year's like Brian Thomas Jr. almost. Someone in the chat said Mike Washington. Mike Washington in the right landing spot would be fucking sick. But a lot of people I've seen him mocked to the Seahawks a lot, and I don't love that landing spot for him at all.
You have Shaheed and JSN. I don't think the Seahawks shouldn't take a wide receiver.
Mike Washington is a running back. He's like the fastest dude. He's like a 6 foot something, 200 something pound, like a big solid running back that ran like a 4.3 640. He's a nuke.
Where did he play?
A nuke. Gosh, what was it, guys? It was Arkansas, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Arkansas. Yes, Arkansas. Yes, athletic freak from Arkansas. His vision isn't great. His footwork isn't great, but he's one of those guys where you're like, maybe he's just so fucking gifted physically. You'll take him, especially in a split back. That's what I'm saying. This is a draft class that I think has a lot of split backfield guys that have like they're really good at some things, but there's not a ton of like really complete, well-rounded running backs. Do
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
Love. Love is really the only one.
Love is the only one that's like super complete. I wouldn't mind the Panthers now that they lost Dowdle. I know that Jonathan Brooks is coming back this year. Chuba Hubbard kind of took a step back last year. And we just don't know what we're ever going to get out of Brooks with like 2 really bad knees as a running back. I could see the Panthers being a really good landing spot, especially in an offense that like, I like that. That offense was kind of figuring it out a little bit. Like,
yeah, they were.
I believe in Tet. I actually think Coker is a perfect wide receiver too. I think Coker is one of the most underrated players in this league. I really like that kid. I could see them being, and the offensive line is like pretty solid. It's not a bad offensive line. Like Dowdle was productive last year. Bryce Young like had time and like it wasn't like he was just getting sicked on. They're young, they're getting better. But I would love to see them. I
agree.
Be a team
I think what's that?
That I was going to say I would love to see them be a team that ends up with one of these like. Yeah, Mike Washington would be fun with the Panthers. Like I could see them being a team that takes them at like 51. You know what I mean? Like somewhere a little bit deeper, but like in round 2 still,
I think they're trending in the right direction. And like honestly, I think the situation with Chuba was more so like he lost his mojo when he got hurt, and then Dowd, because Chuba was running great and they were splitting it evenly. And then when he got hurt, Dowdle just like took over, and they're like, okay, we're just going to ride the hot hand, and it never really cooled off. So I still think Chuba's got juice. I don't think you would need it, but I would say like a true speed back would be perfect to pair with him.
It would help them,
especially if you don't know what you have on the other end coming back.
I think also just for having like a quick release, like wide receiver screen guy that's quick, like not HN obviously, because you can't get him unless the Dolphins want to trade and unless there's a good trade. I mean, I could see HN would be a perfect fit for the Panthers.
I just don't think you get a ton of like return on your investment with running backs that are in the middle of like a contract. Then if like it's like a sign and trade maybe. But
yeah, I don't know. I just mean what I was saying was I could see Bryce Young really benefiting from a running back that is like a speed pass catcher guy. A lot of like little running back screens, some dump off stuff. Like I could see Bryce Young. I don't feel like they have that. Like Dowdle and Chuba weren't like, they're not like speed pass catching back guys.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Chuba's more of an elusive, like make you miss, put my head forward when I need to, and Dowdle's like a true power guy.
Dowdle could catch passes, don't get me wrong, but like I could see them Bryce Young with a little bit more explosiveness, with like a release valve that is a little more explosive.
Yeah, HN would be like an HN type guy. Even if it's just a fraction of what HN is, you're right, that would be awesome. One guy I wanted to mention was Elijah Surratt or Surratt, however you say it.
Yeah. That kid's talented.
Him going to the Colts and kind of like filling that void left by Pittman.
Yeah.
That would be neat. And I think Surratt is like he's a contested catch guy, but I don't think he's necessarily a deep threat kind of guy. I think that you do need another third down option now that Pittman's gone. Like Downs is great, but a big body, like, third down, like, hey, we need 9 yards. We need you to go, like, run this little curl here and box this guy out and get us another set of downs. Like, I think he'd be great for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that. And there's it's interesting because like people have so many different rankings on stuff. So like as I'm looking through like an ESPN mock draft here, they have like Jeremy Bernard going 40 to the Chiefs. And there's just some weird little things like that where it's like, there's just some weird things like that where you're like, where are you seeing this? Like how are you seeing this to be true? But then sometimes it happens. And it's just, it's so random, but like, it seems sometimes like there's such an obvious fit for a team, like what you just talked about with a team needing a guy who's like a contested catch guy. And then you go look at like expert mock drafts and they're like, no, they're actually going to take a right guard. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Why?
And I think that comes down to like, and I felt that way in basketball just because I know more about basketball and kind of the order of operations and how you should do things and what teams actually need versus the big shiny thing. And like, I get it, but also like sometimes that's just wrong. Like sometimes the guy who is an expert and does know about more than me about this sport is wrong. And what I thought was actually what they ended up doing, whether that was right or wrong. But yeah.
Thickums, Omar Cooper, I did shout out earlier. We were talking about Omar Cooper and Concepcion have been two kind of polarizing prospects here.
Cooper's the Indiana kid, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like both of them to go late first, early second to either you've got like Miami, New England, Tennessee, and Vegas. And not for nothing, but like the Giants, who could all use like a wide receiver 2 or just this is our wide receiver 1. Hopefully it pans out. And they're all kind of in this late first, early second stretch. So I think I was talking about this earlier, but just because you missed it, I think we're going to see, what I was saying was we're going to see a big stretch of receivers go late first, early second. There's a lot of receiver needy teams landing there. It should be interesting. My guys for this draft that I really like are Concepcion, Coleman, and this Bryce Lance kid. And I am curious on the landing spot for Brazel, if that's how you say it. Those are kind of my guys where I'm like, outside of the top 15 draft pick guys, I'm curious to see where they go. We also didn't really talk about landing spot for like Stowers and Sadiq. I am seeing a lot of mocks of Sadiq going like top 15 to either the Ravens, the Bucks, or the Rams in that like late, or not late, but like the 13, 14, 15 range there. I wouldn't be surprised if any of those teams took him. I think they could all use a guy like that. Wouldn't be shocked if he fell to 19 to the Panthers for Sadiq.
Yeah, I mean, you lose likely if you're Baltimore and you're really like your only pass catcher at the tight end spot is Mark Andrews. And really, they've just been using him more in blocking schemes lately.
Yeah, he's declining.
He's a little long in the tooth. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I could see Kansas. I could see Kansas taking Stowers at 29, the pick they got from the Rams. If he falls back into the end of the first and they want to reach a little bit and get like a Kelsey replacement,
Kansas.
Maybe.
You say Kansas?
Yeah. Chiefs? Yeah.
I've never heard someone say just Kansas. It's like that's like calling Jeffrey Epstein Jeff. Yeah, Jeff.
That is a direct 1-for-1 comparison, by the way.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it lines up perfectly.
Hilarious. I love it. All right. I got to get going. I got to shoot. I got to get to in a little bit here.
Yeah, good pod.
But hey, good pod. Thank you, chat, for tuning in today. Always fun. Yeah, when you got the squad here on an early Tuesday chat, an early Tuesday pod
in the afternoon. That's everyone just either you're in Europe and this is like your wind down in the evening. Goodbye, Maba. That was for you, or Maba. You're just neglecting your job in the middle of the day.
Sure, and either one is acceptable for us. We love both versions of that. Anything you can do to get here and show up and hang out, we will take. Good night, Maba. Gooch, this is your pod now. I agree.
Shout out, I think Gardude. Was that the first time he's ever chatted? He just said, "I miss you already."
Yeah, I believe so. Which was kind of really nice and endearing. I really appreciate that and liked that.
We got lurkers.
If you're listening,
in our stream.
What's that?
We got lurkers. People that just are in the stream but they don't chat. That's great. I love that.
Lurkers. Yeah, that's great. If you're listening on YouTube or Spotify, thank you for listening. Please join the chat sometime. Come join the live stream sometime. And please don't forget to, what do you do? Like and subscribe and
subscribe, rate us 5 stars. Yeah. Leave a comment on Spotify.
Why not?
If you're a YouTube person, subscribe, leave a comment. We have some really, I say it every time, but we have some very loyal YouTube viewers.
Fuck yeah. Thank you, loyal YouTubers.
Shout out to Tube guys.
Thank you, loyal YouTubers.
Yeah.
Shout out. All right. We love you guys dearly, and we will see you next week. We will see you next week.
I want you
to be mine again, baby. I want you to be mine again, baby. That's a quote from this weekend. They won't get it. That's okay.
They won't get it. It's okay.